This is really done by two persons, okay? So I'm going to be very clever. I'm going to be like a Tommy Cooper. I'm sure you remember Tommy Cooper years ago. He done a sketch where this way was a German. Remember it all?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm going to do the similar thing today. It's about the Battle of Trafalgar. Okay. So stand by. Here we go. I don't know whether to go like that. Like that. This is the way I've done it at home because I made a video for my friends, but I was like that. But we have an audience like this. But anyway, yeah. It's the Battle of Trafalgar, but it's in 2024. Nelson's famous signal was, England expects that every man this day will do his duty. Okay? Order the signal, Hardy. Aye, aye, sir. Hold on. That's not what I ordered. Put your glasses on, Barry, so you can see.
Good ad-libbing.
Hold on. That's not what it dictated to the signal officer. What's the meaning of this? Sorry, sir. England expects every person will do his duty regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, religious persuasion or disability. What gobbledygook is this? Admiral policy, I'm afraid, sir. We're in equal opportunities now. We've had the devil's own job getting England past the census, lest it be considered racist. Gadzooks, Hardy, hand me my pipe and tobacco. Sorry, sir. All naval vessels have been designated as smoke-free environments. In that case, break open the room ration. Let us splice the main brace and prepare the men for battle. The room ration has been abolished, Admiral. It's part of government policy on binge drinking. Good heavens, Harvey. I suppose we'd better get on with it. Full speed ahead. I think you'll find that there's a 4 mile an hour speed limit in the stretch of water, sir. Damn it, man. We're on the eve of the greatest sea fight in naval history. We must advance with all dispatch. Report from the crow's nest. Yeah, that won't be possible, sir. What? Health and safety. I've closed the crow's nest, sir. No harness. And they say that the rope ladder doesn't meet regulations. They won't let anyone up there unless the proper scaffolding has been erected. Then get me the ship's carpenter, Hardy, without delay. He's busy knocking a wheelchair access up in the front. Wheelchair access? No, I've never heard anything so absurd. Health and safety again, sir. We have to provide a barrier-free environment for the differently abled. Differently abled? I've only got one arm and one eye. Oh, I've only got one arm. I've only one arm and one eye. And I refuse to even hear the mention of the word. I didn't rise to the rank of Admiral by paying the disability card. Actually, you did. The Royal Navy is underrepresented in the repairs of visual impairment and limb deficiency. Whatever next. Give me full sail. The salt spray beckons. Couple of problems here, sir. The health and safety won't let the crew up in the rigging without crash helmets. And they don't want anyone needing too much salt. Have you seen the adverts? I've never heard such infamy. Break out the cannon and tell the men to stand by for battle. Oh, the men are a bit worried here, sir, about shooting at anyone, Admiral. What? This is mutiny. It's not that, sir. It's just that they're afraid of being charged with murder if they actually kill anyone. There are a couple of legal aid lawyers on board watching everyone like hawks. Then how are we to sink the Frenchies and the Spanish? We're not. We're not. No, sir. The Frenchies and the Spanish are our European partners now. According to the Commons fisheries policy, we shouldn't even be in this stretch of water in case we get hit for a claim for compensation. But you must hate the Frenchmen as you hate the devil. I wouldn't let the ship's diversity coordinate here, you say that, sir. You'd be up on a disciplinary. You must consider every man an enemy who speaks ill of our king. Not anymore, sir. We must be inclusive in this multicultural age. Now put on your Kelva vest. It's the rules. Don't tell me health and safety, whatever happened to rum, sodomy and the lash. As I explained, sir, rum is off the menu and there's a ban on corporal punishment. What about sodomy? I believe that is to be encouraged, sir. In that case, and his famous last words were, "Thank God I've done my duty. Kiss me, Hardy." I was going to go flying till I noticed this. It's the punchline is right at the end. I'm hoping to get right through it with any tongue tying. It's called "You Have Control, I Think." It's from the British Airways Flight Operations Department notice. There appears to be some confusion over the new pilot rules. This notice hopefully will clear up any misunderstandings. The titles P1, P2 and co-pilot will now cease to have any meaning within the British operations manuals. They ought to be replaced by handling pilot, non-handling pilot, handling landing pilot, non-handling landing pilot, handling non-landing pilot, and non-handling non-landing pilot. The pilot is initially the handling pilot. I'm shaking too much. That's why I need one of those things, Pat, remember? Anyway, I'm halfway through. No, I'm doing my best. The landing pilot is initially the handling pilot and will handle the takeoff and landing in roll reversal. Oh, thank you. When he is the non-handling landing pilot for taxi until the handling non-landed pilot hands the handling to the landing pilot at 80 knots. I'm up to 80 knots. The non-handling, since the landing pilot is handling, the pilot reads the checklist to the handling pilot until after the before descent checklist completion. When the handling landing pilot hands the handling to the non-handling non-landing pilot, who then becomes the handling non-landing pilot. The landing pilot is the non-handling pilot until the decision altitude call when the handling non-landing pilot hands the handling to the non-handling landing pilot. Unless the latter calls go around, in which case the handling non-landing pilot continues handling and the non-handling landing pilot continues non-handling until the next call of land or go around as appropriate. In view of the recent confusion over these rules, it was deemed necessary to reinstate them clearly. I'll see if I can accomplish this one more without shaking. Yeah. It's in the year 2013. The Lord came into Noah, who was now living in New Zealand, and said, "Once again the earth has become evil, and I see the end of all flesh before me. Build another ark, and save 2 of every living thing, along with a few good humans." He gave Noah the blueprint, saying, "You've got 6 months to build the ark before I will start unending rain for 40 days and 40 nights, just like we've had last fortnight." 6 months later, the Lord looked down and saw Noah weeping. But no ark. "Noah," he roared, "I'm about to start the rain. Where's the ark?" "Forgive me, Lord," begged Noah. "Things have changed. I need a building permit. I've been arguing with the boat inspector about the need for a sprinkler system. My neighbours claim I've violated the neighbourhood bylaws by building the ark in my back garden and exceeding the height limitations. We had to go to the local planning committee for a decision. Then the local council and the electric company demanded a boatload of money for the future costs of moving power lines and other overhead obstructions to clear passage for the ark's move to the sea. I told them that the sea would be coming to them, but they wouldn't have nothing to do with it. Getting the wood was another problem. There's a ban on cutting local trees in order to save the greater spotted barn owl. I tried to convince environmentalists that I needed the wood to save the owls, but no go. When I started gathering the animals, the RSPCA came in. They took me to court. They insisted I was confining wild animals against their will. They argued the accommodations were too restrictive and it was cruel and inhumane to put so many animals in a confined space. Then the Environmental Protection Agency ruled that I couldn't build the ark until they had conducted an environmental impact study on their proposed flood. I'm still trying to resolve the complaint with the Human Rights Commission on how many minorities I'm supposed to hire for my building crew. Immigration are checking visas for the status of most people who want to work. The trade unions say I can't use my sons. They insist I have to hire only union workers with ark building experience. To make matters worse, the Internal Revenue seized all my assets, claiming I'm trying to leave the country illegally with endangered species. So forgive me, Lord, but it would take at least 10 years to finish the ark. Suddenly the skies cleared and the sun began to shine and the rainbow stretched across the sky. Noah looked up in wonder and asked, "Do you mean you're not going to destroy the world?" "No," said the Lord, "the government beat me to it."